Last week we made this reference and taper jig. I mentioned that since we're using hold down clamps, we don't really need the hook that most tapering jigs have, but I also said that hook is useful when you're making repeat cuts because it gives you a consistent starting point. Today I want to add a hook in, but do it in a little different way. This sliding hook tucks out of the way when you don't need it and slides in when you do. It's a simple upgrade that really levels this jig up. Let's make things. This build requires obviously the jig we made last week, a piece of T-track scrap that's slightly shorter than the arm, a bolt to lock the track in place, and a T-bolt that we're going to use a little bit differently, but it's going to be a lot of fun to work with. You'll also need a nut that fits the bolt and a little epoxy. Now you'll notice that my T-track scrap is just a little bit longer than my arm. It needs to be cut down a little bit, but I wanted to make a point that you're going to want to make sure that you have a hole that's a little bit closer to the edge. I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here, and it'll be just slightly less than the arm length. I only need this hook to slide about 1 inch. So I'm going to come inside, find the center, and I'm going to be drilling on the inside because it has this center channel in it. I'm going to find the center of my hole and then go over just 1 inch. I found that a 3/16 inch drill bit fits inside this hole, so I'm going to make a few holes along here right up to that mark. We need to clean this channel out, and if you've got a good file, you can do that. For some reason, I've lost my file. So what I'm going to use is an ugly chisel to chop this out. You don't want to use a good chisel. An ugly chisel is perfect for this. You can get a set of them for $10, $12. We'll give this chisel a try and see what happens. And now I'll just finish this up with a straight file. And there we go. With my groove cut, I found a piece of stock that is as wide and as thick as the arm is. This needs to be hardwood. I'm using white oak, and I'm going to cut off about 1.5 inches of it. If we flip this over and measure the back, it looks like about 3/4 inch is where my bolt needs to be. This is the one that tightens. And my second bolt is going to be at the 2 inch mark. I'll use my marking gauge and set it at 3/4 inch. Then we'll set it to 2 inches. And now I just need to find the center of each. You can tell I didn't sharpen my pencil, but that's okay. I'm just going to find the approximate center. So right about there and right there. I'll drill this out with 3/16 and 1/4 inch over here. I'll take my block and add it to the top. Make sure that you obviously get the right side. And you can use a pair of F-clamps. I like these vice grips that I've got. And we're ready to drill these out. Now you can add a threaded rod to this or just cut off a number 10 bolt. You'll want to make sure that it's long enough, obviously, for the nut on top. You will need a little bit of torque, so a Bittner nut is probably the best way to go. And that's just pressing a number 10 nut and a 7/16 nut. But I want to do things a little bit differently with mine. I'm going to use a knurled thumb nut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise it just a little tiny bit. I'm not going to cut the head off because I want to keep this trapped in the top here. But just turning it just slightly. And then what I'll do is I'll put this on top. And then when I need to tighten it, I can squeeze down and then I'll just have that little tiny bit of space that I can undo it. On the other side, if you don't want to sacrifice a T-bolt, you can use a 1/4 inch bolt with a flat head. That'll work just fine. Because I'm going to cut mine down, what I'll do is I'll slide it inside the track and then I'll put it right off to the side. Now I'll measure from the top of my stock to the top of the bolt. Looks like it's going to be 3/16. If I place the caliper inside of that hole and measure the depth, looks like it's 1 3/32. That's going to give me a nut that needs to be cut off at 1 9/32. Now I'll mix up equal parts epoxy. So I don't get epoxy on the top, I'm going to go ahead and slide this through. And then just add a little bit of epoxy to the threading. And I'll do the same with the other bolt. Make sure that I've got a little bit of a gap. That looks good right about there. I'll give this some time to cure and we'll come back. And that's it. There's not a lot to this. The hook slides out, clamp it down, and your stock goes against the side. You're ready to go. Technically, you could simplify this by just using a single bolt, epoxied into the arm, and removing a nut each time and moving your hook around and then putting the nut back on. But I really like how smooth this is to use. Thank you for watching. I'll leave a link to the website for this project in the description. Big thanks to my patrons, and remember to keep making things.